You know those weekly meetings where about 10 minutes in, you start to notice people are zoning out, half the team is on their laptops, and you're just sitting there thinking, could this meeting have been an email? Somehow, though, the meeting still goes all the way to the full 30 minutes every time. That's usually a sign the meeting isn't really accomplishing anything. Most people think that weekly meetings are to make sure that people are on top of their work or maybe giving status updates, but in reality, that's not really what makes a meeting useful. A good meeting should be used to solve bottlenecks, move work forward, and if people are just repeating what everyone already knows, the meeting isn't really helping things, it's more slowing things down. If you can cover these 5 things in your meeting, you're basically done. End it early and let people get back to work. The first thing to cover is, of course, everyone's number one priority for the week. Not the full task list, not covering everything you're working on, only your top priority. This keeps the entire team aligned on what actually matters because if this step is skipped, then people start doing duplicate work or they might even be unknowingly blocking each other. The second thing to cover is what is the status of your high priority item? And this should really be simple. It's either on track, it's at risk, or it's late. That's it, no in between. So you don't need a full breakdown of everything that's going well. Most of the time, that's what wastes time in meetings, in my opinion. Instead, we should focus on what's at risk and what's already late, because that's where the team can actually help move things forward. The third thing to cover is any blockers. What do you need help with, especially from leadership or someone else on the team? And I noticed this might be where people tend to hesitate because they don't want to seem like they're bothering people or like they're struggling with the task, but this is exactly what the meeting is for. It's a simple way to ask, is there anybody on the team that can help you keep this on track, keep the project moving, etc. Now, the fourth topic is decisions, critical decisions. So if multiple people in the meeting are needed to make the decision, then that's what the meeting is for. Great, you're all there. But if it's one-on-one, it does not involve everybody in the meeting, take it offline. One common mistake I've noticed is spending way too much time on how something should be done instead of deciding what needs to happen. That's where meetings tend to drag a bit and become no value added. To avoid this, keep a list of what needs to be decided and make sure to assign a timekeeper that is comfortable cutting off tangents in a polite and graceful way. Now, the fifth thing is, of course, ownership and the steps that come after the meeting. Before the meeting ends, it's good to cover what tasks need to be done, who owns it, and where it falls on their list of their priorities. So good ownership means nobody's surprised the following week when we follow up, hey, where is this? And everyone's aware of the importance of their task. If this part isn't clear, then things are just not going to get done and projects are going to start falling behind. Now, this is the part that a lot of people don't really talk about. So leadership is so important for meetings. They're the ones that set the tone. If they're engaged, they're focused, then the team will be focused too. But if leaders have a habit of reacting too quickly, going on tangents, dominating the conversation, it just completely shifts the entire meeting. One of these biggest inefficiencies is letting people speak without direction. So even when it's not helping the objective. These 5 steps are not going to magically fix everything that is wrong with the meeting per se. There's still going to be work. There will still be bottlenecks. But you should consider meetings a tool, not something that slows the team down. Meetings don't have to be bad. They can actually be pretty helpful and even enjoyable when they're run the right way. Next time you're in a meeting, it would be good to pay attention and kind of just note to yourself, are people engaged? If this helped, follow along and I'll keep breaking down how to navigate work situations like this more strategically.